You can use the CDI capabilities to enhance your code right now. In this video, I'll explain how to combine the dynamic injection with qualifier. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Otavio Santana, and if you are a senior or staff engineer who is looking for enhance your activities and techniques to become the ultimate software engineer, the engineer who's capable to use and explore the open source capabilities in your career, this channel is for you, so subscribe. I already talked about how powerful CDI is, mainly because you can move your code straightforwards to apply several patterns. For example, the solid principle, you make easier use CDI. So this tool is amazing for your code design in the enterprise with Java. In this video, I'll explain how to inject dynamically using qualifier. So we decide to use polymorphism using CDI, but right now you want to enhance that applying some dynamic injection. In my project, as you can see, I will use a pure CDI with Java SE, but you can apply that with, doesn't matter context using CDI. You can use that with a batch, with CDI, with REST application, and so on. Okay, to apply this dynamic concept on CDI, my first step will be naturally create the interface and then the specialization. So I will use the same sample of the previous video, especially because I am a musician. Strong. I enjoy music, so that sounds better. So I will create my interface instrument that will have a sound as method, and then start generating my music instruments. So piano with my piano sound, I will do a violin with violin sound, and my xylophone. No, let's copy paste. Let's make our life easier this way. That naturally will generate the xylophone sound. So what did I do? I generate the interface and then start to create those implementations where I can explore the polymorphism. Right now, I will go to the next step, that's basically make available for CDI using qualifier. So my first step will be creating an interface with the instrument types. So an N with the instrument type, where I will have the string, I will have the percussion, and naturally the keyboard. And that is it for now. It is enough. Then I will go to create my annotation. So my music instrument. So music instrument, where I will define as an interface annotation. I will define my instrument type as value, and then I will define as CDI qualifier, where we do on runtime, and then we can use multiple targets. So let's use type, let's use GitHub Copilot here. So type, field, methods, and so on. So the next step naturally is to define this one as CDI available, especially because if I try to inject, as you can see, I have multiple implementations. So I got ambiguous exception. To avoid that, I will use my qualifier. So on this one, on piano, you be my keyboard. With the violin, I have my string, and actually the last one, you be my percussion. And that is it. This way, we created the CDI qualifier and make it available. The next step is to inject dynamically using the CDI literal. Okay, the next step is to define a filter. This filter is available thanks for annotation literal. So I will create my music instrument literal. Then I will extend the annotation literal from CDI, where I will put my music instrument as the expression here. So I will click here, I will extend this one here, oops, and I will implement the music instrument. So right now I have my value, as you can see, and what I'm gonna do next. So I will define my instrument type. I will create my constructor here. I will define as a private, especially because I will use a factor method here. So as you can see, that's exactly what I'm doing. And then I will define my instrument type, or I can simplify the attribute name as type. So I will do the same to the parameter, as you can see, and done. So we have our instrument literal. The next step is to define one way to choose the instruments. On this case, I will create the same class, orchestra. As you can see, this one here will be on application scope. I will inject the whole instance of instruments, music instruments, the interface here, instruments. I will inject, and actually I will define any because I want to inject all of those instrument types. So I will play .u, I will return my instrument. Let me check because, okay, instrument here, and then select given the instrument type. Type. I will use the type here. And then what I'm gonna do, I will do instruments. I will select. Remember that I have this. And then I will do a get for my instrument. And then I will return. And that is it. Naturally, I can return directly here, as you can see. So I can inject the instruments. And finally, as next step, what I'm gonna do is I will inject. So I have my CDI container using Java SE, but remember what I said at the beginning, you can use and explore that with batch, with REST application, and so on. My goal here is just to simplify, to focus more in the sample. I will, as first step, I will inject. I will inject my orchestra. So my orchestra here. My orchestra. No, let's do a get here. And then orchestra. And then I will start playing some instruments. So I will use my instrument type, keyboard, and then I will do one by one here. So string, and finally percussion. So string, and finally percussion. And finally, what I'm gonna do next is to play these instruments, right? So I will use the classic long, so for keyboard. Yeah, you're right. I put sound, but play you sound better as method. So string, percussion, and so on. So finally, I will execute. So let's see. And as you can see, I play in the orchestra where I define my keyboard as piano, defined by qualifier. The same thing happened with the violin and the percussion. And that is it for today. Hopefully you enjoy. Remember, CDI is super powerful to apply the solid principle or any patterns that make sense for your enterprise application. Hopefully you enjoy. Please let me know. Put your thoughts here. And are you ready for use CDI on your next application? Please let me know. Bye.